Hello, everybody. I'm Christine Schiavone. Our show is Spiritual Exploration. Tonight, we're going to do a meditation on the full moon in Taurus. Today's date is November 15th, Friday, and we're starting this show. We're starting to tape it at approximately 5 o'clock. And I am understanding from my most welcome guest, Stephen Popiotek, that it just started the full moon about a half hour ago. So we're going to be with you, and you can relax in your easy chair, close your eyes, and Stephen will lead us in this meditation. Welcome, Stephen.
Welcome. It's always good to be here, Christine.
It's always good to have you. I always take the opportunity when you're coming to Staten Island.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
From my Brooklyn trek.
From your Brooklyn trek, that's right. You go from Brooklyn to the ferry, you take the ferry boat, and I pick you up.
Exactly. It always feels like coming to a different state coming out here.
Oh, well, sure. Staten Island's very different than the other four boroughs.
It's very true.
You know, but I like it best.
That's so funny. Oh, man. No, I'll stick to Manhattan and Brooklyn.
All right. Well, to each his own.
Exactly. No, it's good. It's nice, though. It feels like you're always traveling a little further coming. So it's like.
So tell us about the full moon being in Taurus at this point. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And then we'll go into the meditation.
Sure. Usually, it's also an interesting time because when Christine and Tommy, who I'll be on his show later on today, asked me to come on for this particular date, then I realized it was actually the full moon. So that's one reason why I was compelled to do it today with you.
No, good. I'm glad.
Because normally I do the full moon, new moons, both with groups in person as well as on Zoom. But they're usually long, more intensive, like grid work and longer channelings that are like an hour and a half to 2 hours long. So this is more like a shorter, more calmer. We'll probably end up doing like a half an hour, a little bit more around that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling. And just to give a little bit of background as well, aside from concepts involving Taurus, just people who are viewing. Actually, one good thing is since I've been on so many shows with Christine, the viewers can also look back in our archives. And if they wanted to view some other videos, for example, ones we did on cosmic shamanism and ones we did on Egyptian mythology and the connection to cosmic shamanism, that might help viewers understand more of it about today. But I'll give a little bit of a synopsis of some tidbits we talked about from then.
All they have to do is go to YouTube, Spiritual Exploration, and you can even put Stephen's name in the shows that he's done with me will pop up.
And I've linked a lot of them, not all of them, to my YouTube channel under my name as well, and my playlist tab. I have a bunch.
Oh, well, tell them how they can reach.
That are listed there too. Well, the same thing under my name. I'm the only one with my name
Stephen
anywhere
Popiotek,
on social media.
Popiotek.
You got it. Yeah.
Okay. How
Facebook
could I not
well.
know how to spell? Even though it's one of the strangest names I've ever heard.
After so many years, right? Yeah. So funny. So the energy of Taurus, which is an earth sign, right? It's more fixed, more stable. Opposite Scorpio. It has a lot to do with values, our possessions, physical, tangible resources in our life, our physical body, physical pleasure. It's ruled by Venus, so you have the goddess energy of all the aspects of the Venusian pleasures of delight. And like usually Taurus is as a pure sign loves good food, good drink, good company, good sexuality, good sensuality.
That's the Taurus person.
Yeah, Taurus energy in general. Yeah, has that vibration. So especially with all the things that are changing so much in our society at this point, that the Taurus full moon also helps us to kind of refocus our attention on grounding some of the new structures that are an anchor in our life and being able to let go of the old structures and reevaluate our relationship to our values in general. And we have that big idea going on collectively with the recent presidential election, and the competition between values. So really being forced to look at...
We have spoken.
Yeah, and the idea of the value systems and those who differ on one side or the other is really coming up a lot to be illuminated by the full moon. So we can really understand where do we put our most precious things in perspective to our values, and where can we change our values, because some traditions can be good and some traditions can be outdated, right? Just depending upon where we are.
Some things we got to get rid of.
So that's part of the full moon energy, is also helping us to reevaluate where are we stuck in our life, where are we stuck in old, outdated structures that may be no longer relevant for us to use in the coming cycle or coming years, and at the same time honoring the beauty and traditions that the beauty of traditions that are relevant to kind of resurface and re-anchor. So, but it also is telling us, to not try not to be extra stubborn, but the Taurus energy can also do that.
That's right. Taurus can be very stubborn.
So a lot of people like to hold on to their fixed systems, and
That's true, but sometimes we just gotta let go.
And especially with the Scorpio Sun energy that's still here for a few more days, it's this giving us that mirror with the Sun energy. Obviously, during every full moon, it's opposite the full moon sign, so the Sun still being in Scorpio, and the last few degrees of it is reminding us to really bring more of that love and healing and forgiveness to the depths of our shadow, to the depths of the unseen, and especially as it relates to the full moon Taurus concepts. So being able to see like where can we go through that death and rebirth during these last few days in your own life to be able to graduate and anchor into this new form, new body, new system of manifestation that you want to attract in your life.
Sometimes when I have my phone in hand and I see different things about astrological signs. And just recently, it said that there was like 3 signs, I forget what the other 2 were, but where life is about to change for the better from here on in, and my sign was one of them.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I'm waiting.
What was your sign again? I forgot.
Cancer.
That's right, Cancer. That's right.
With Capricorn rising.
Okay.
But Cancer was the sign that they said is about to have wonderful changes.
Oh, and with Taurus, we'll be trining your rising, right? That's a nice harmonious,
Think
flow.
so? Oh, yeah.
At least with the Capricorn part,
Yeah, Capricorn part.
And your also because it seems like you were, because Cancer and Capricorn are opposite too, which is interesting.
Completely opposite.
Yeah.
One's on one end, the other one's on the other end.
Nice.
Yes. And that's why I am not an ambitious person the way Capricorn usually is, because I got Cancer on the other side.
You have to process all the feelings first and all the empathy and picking up stuff from other people. And
That's exactly it. That's right.
I have Cancer in my rising sign, so I understand.
Oh, so you're I'm Capricorn rising, so you're like
Opposite
being
mirror.
a Cancer.
Yeah. That's interesting. Mirror.
Yeah.
My Gemini sun and moon. So yeah. Double. And one of the other things about Taurus, just in terms of full moon aspects here, aside from it being governed by Venus, the planet Venus, and the Egyptian system, you also have the star system of the Pleiades, right? Which is present in Taurus, and the 7 sisters, as they were known in the Greek mythology, the 7 main Pleiadian stars, although 6 are more viewable from the naked eye. That is, in the Egyptian system, the goddess Isis or Hathor was also associated with this constellation, and hence also having the cow horns and the bull horns. You have the energy of Taurus, have the bull and the cow combination there, right? More of the masculine for the bull and the feminine. Isis with the milk of the mother, or the Amrita for the Hindu traditions.
Okay.
Like Isis as the mother of Horus, the divine child. She was depicted with the sun disk and the horns. And on a higher energetic level, the star system of Pleiades is really home to a lot of advanced extraterrestrial beings that are really beautiful. Not everybody in the Pleiades is, not all civilizations are only positive there, but a lot of them are. And the Isis Hathor group is from there. And there's also 2 other groups one of them also relates to the Egyptian system. One's called Ma'at, M-A-A-T. She's the Egyptian goddess of divine justice and truth and balance, and she has the ostrich feather as her crown, you'll see, with the wings, similar to Isis.
Really?
Which also hints at, that energy of the neighboring sign of Gemini with the bird energy and the air element with the wings, and then the aspect of Isis with the horns. So she's like a bridge there.
Are they attached, or are they just laying on her head?
No. Well, for Ma'at, she has the feather that's attached to the base of the feather,
growing out of her head.
Well, it's like a headpiece, and the idea is also that she's the one who holds the scales. She relates the scales of Libra energy. In terms of where we get the expression of the
Libra is a nice energy. My mom was a Libra.
And when you get that's nice. And then when you get the expression of as your heart is being as light as the feather, it comes from that Egyptian system where in the Egyptian Book of the Dead they would weigh the hearts of the deceased, and to see if it's as light as the feather to be able to go into the higher realms. So there is that aspect of Ma'at where she embodies that principle of lightness and inherent healing of the heart and divine truth, divine balance, divine justice, or all power of the spoken word, or all parts of her. She was the counterpart to the god Thoth or Tahuti, which also is a hint towards the Gemini wisdom, the neighboring sign of Taurus. But so what's not as advertised is that some of the higher galactic origins of Ma'at is actually in the Pleiades as well. So there are higher civilizations where you have these beautiful humanoid beings, that are the origin point of a lot of these mythologies that have spread those teachings to many different star systems, not just the Earth. And we get part of that version here that gets passed down through the mythology, but it's really a much larger understanding when you look at these higher fourth dimensional and fifth dimensional beings that are there. Like they really do embody that. At least the priestesses of these orders really do embody that principle of the divine feminine, and they're there to radiate that energy out to other groups. So the Ma'at priestesses, we're going to call on them as well because I felt like they were already going to come in today just to kind of help us out with this energy. And there's another group that I refer to as Arathena, which is more of a channel name because for the viewers that don't know my work, I've been doing this type of cosmic shamanism or shamanic work, more of a cosmic level of it, working with the Kabbalah, Egyptian mythology, a lot of different systems for many, many years, and work on clients, individual sessions, and help them to tap into past lives, soul retrieval. But really for star people, I help them connect to their home world and clear out more of the negative interferences that are coming from the other side, so to speak. So the Arathena was a group that came in many years ago in the telepathic work, because it's the words my guides use to call it more like a gnosis, which is more like, so it's more like a telepathic distribution of energy of knowingness. So it's not just like normal, I'm at a trance medium where I let something come through my body fully, but it's more of a telepathic and visual, clairvoyant, clairaudient connection when I do the work with the angels and the other galactic beings that come in. And
Which you will be doing while we do this meditation?
So it'll be a shorter version. We'll see what comes in with it. In the beginning, I call on the archangels of each direction first to kind of create more of the space, which the viewers who are listening at home can also, if they want to make it more powerful for themselves, they can light a candle and call the angels in from each direction.
Yeah, I know. I used to do that a lot.
Exactly. So it creates more of the ambiance, more of the space to
it's a nice feeling when they show up.
Right. Exactly. And so that creates a more platform for more of the positive galactic ones to come in. So this Arathena order, they're closer to the idea of like the Bennu bird in the Egyptian system, which is the phoenix, the sunbird. So they're like more of a blue phoenix priestess order.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the bird. Yes.
So it's a blue phoenix version of it. With so they're a little bit powerful group of priestesses that work with some of the star energies in the Pleiades, specifically of the star system called Electra, which is one of the Greek goddess names of that star system in the Pleiades. That's because each star obviously has many planets around it. Well, most of them do. So the Arathena priestesses come from the star system Electra in the Pleiades, and the Ma'at ones come from a star that's called Taygeta. That's the Greek name. I always pronounce it maybe slightly off. Taygeta.
Sounds right.
Yeah, exactly. So when we call them in, one of the terms we use is called the star heart, which is a term we've talked about many times before in Christine's show with me. The star heart has to do with an evolution of the heart chakra, where we're learning to how to receive more love from our higher self, from our galactic allies, from the angels. So it can show up as like a diamond, like a star heart diamond is one of the phrases, as a diamond around the auric field, where the triangular sides of the diamond can act as like lenses for rays of love to come into your heart from the different directions.
From a spirit and human?
Well, in this case, this is how when I refer to some of the galactic beings, I use the word star heart as a preface in the invocation of them, because that's how they identify too, that they're want to streamline, because they're here to help humanity open our hearts more, right? So we can learn how much more we're loved by the divine, by so many other beautiful civilizations, and what help us evolve.
Too.
Of course, of course. So it's like releasing the blockages. And Taurus is good too, seeing where have we been walled up and overly maybe judging our relationship to what the Taurus signs are about in terms of the values, the physical manifestations, good things in life, good company, good food, good sensuality. Same time, strong, healthy groundedness and centeredness and a healthy body. So it's like learning to see where we've limited ourselves, right, in receiving pleasure in our life. That's because it may be or because of values that may be outdated for us, or because it may be religiously imposed or parentally imposed, or maybe you felt guilty you didn't deserve enough love, or
in
prosperity.
In other words, what you're saying is that we should expect and and want and expect pleasures in our lives, physical, mental, emotional, whatever kind of pleasure there could be, we are here to accept it, to enjoy it.
Absolutely, and especially with the Taurus sign, it's reminding us as a mirror to show us where do we place that in our value toolkit or in our value lens. Like, are we only limited to receiving joy and physical pleasure and physical sensory stimulation from very limited ways, or do we not give ourselves enough self-nurturing time with the Venus energy? Do we not, take ourselves out to having good food? Are we being overly rigid?
Do we not accept these things into our lives?
And to see how we limit it sometimes without realizing it always.
I guess, we're punishing ourselves.
Somebody, especially when living in big cities, or there's one example, we're always in a rush mentality or getting work done, and you spend enough time taking care of your basic needs or higher, not just basic needs, not just about survival. It's about elevating yourself. It's like, do you deserve this like palatial experience of what the Taurus sign has to offer you when it comes to new options, when it comes to how far are you treating yourself out to like really good food or good company, and how are you invoking that pleasure with your partner or attracting another partner that can mirror that part of yourself, and as well, and starting with your own internal relationship, of course, to yourself, and how are you treating your own inner male female, right? Or are you overly amplifying one and suppressing the other, and not taking enough time out to be able to really be in like Gaia's beautiful surroundings, and the beauty of nature is really pairing also with that Taurus energy. And
well, God didn't put us here to suffer.
That's unfortunately, there are many other groups that try to, right?
That's
They always try to make
right.
you feel guilty for anything going on. That's
That's right. But God's intention is for us to enjoy our lives,
Yes.
to be happy and have, like you said, good food, good people, good friends, good family. Sometimes, though, that's not possible.
Yeah.
You can pick your friends, but not your family.
I mean, creating more beauty in your environment, which also starts with beauty in your thoughts and beauty in your emotions, or where you're not, where are you overly indulging? Imagine if you're walking into a room and it's full of like, just horror scenes. It's like some people's emotional body and mental body is like that when they keep letting their emotions and their thoughts run amok.
Yeah.
Don't check themselves to find the inner peace, and don't, create internal scenes that can mirror what they want to create externally. So part of that energy of Taurus is also helping us to visualize, how do we want to paint that canvas of our life with more of seeing things that are beautiful and artistic and creative,
And
that Taurus
happy.
has, and happy and fulfilling, that acknowledges the fact that we're here to engage the senses and maybe evolve our relationship to what we are in our environment reflects back to us, so that it is able to be a platform to rise up, instead of just being maybe overly lower side of Taurus is being overly indulgent in things we talked about, overly stuck in the material realm and pleasures, overly focused on too many possessions in your life. So, there's a light and shadow to every sign. And if you're being too much, if you're eating too much, right, you're going to gain more weight. You don't want to do that. If if you're being overly stuck or like stoic because you're in a lower comfort zone, that also may not be good for you. So it's taking everything in balance and just seeing where we have these aspects maybe need to be looked at again,
Yeah, I understand. Sure. Sure.
So back to the Palladian aspect. So we're going to call them in, and we'll call them as, like, for example, I'll say Palladian star heart priestesses of Ma'at. So that is a reference point to them, and then for the Arathena as well, and then also other emissaries.
And what would they have to do with this meditation?
Well, they're from the constellation Taurus is where they live.
And they'd be here
They're
to
physically, their planet's there, right? So the point is when we're opening up to the full moon energy, it's not just about, obviously the moon is acting as a mirror to us, both light and dark, because a lot of groups misuse the energy of full moons as well.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So the idea is that it's creating an angle for us, like a spotlight mirror, right, for the energies of that sign to be more tangible to us. So it's not just about the sign as a mental, emotional concept that we think about, but we can fine tune that mirror and be like, okay, what positive civilizations are actually there that have reached out to humanity before, that are now available to access because of that alignment that's happening. So it's like adjusting your rearview mirror, to the stars. Like, okay, now we can. The moon is lined up with that part of the constellation, and in this case, these Palladian civilizations are there, and so they can come in and more when we invite them to be able to help us evolve our relationship to what the opportunity is that is present in that given day. So it's helping us evolve the planet, evolve our own bodies, evolve the Earth body.
So this meditation and meditations like them help us to evolve.
That's always the point. And usually when I do the long ones, that we're always doing work to clear out negative kind of grids or negative structures that are being put around the Earth by darker groups that need to be dismantled, so we can make more room for the good stuff to come in.
Can we get rid of the darker groups and send them out somewhere?
Well, this is an ongoing affair.
Send them into outer space.
Yeah, right. Well, we start with when we do more work against the negative extraterrestrials, and there are humans working with the negative groups, but this is an ongoing affair right now because we're really that's a whole longer show in itself for where we are in a bigger scope of things. Where it's darkest before the dawn idea, right? There are a lot of groups fighting over the planet and our evolution for quite a long time already, and so we need to be really diligent and discerning, and just trying to replenish our kingdom with what we want to fill it up with, and kick out what shouldn't be there, and reclaiming more of our space.
Let's hope we can, yeah.
So this will be a shorter, more gentle version of what I normally do. So, but there are some I put also on YouTube channel, and people can contact me if they want to join in future ones. We do the full ones, I do them usually almost every full moon, new moon, not all of them, but most of them.
All right, well, let's get on with the meditation.
Exactly. Let's call our
Should
friends
I mean, because we have 36 minutes left in the show. You want to do 30 minutes, and then we'll have a few minutes to talk after.
Exactly.
So when you see it's getting down to 6 minutes,
yeah, I'll check in on that.
Be over, yes.
Yeah. So just take a couple of deep breaths always. And call upon our higher selves to be with us. Mother, Father, God, one infinite creator. We welcome our spirit guides and guardian angels to be with us. Welcome our power animals and enlightened, loving ancestor relations. Welcome Archangel Raphael to be with us in the east. Beloved Archangel Raphael, to bless our air element, mental bodies, to help us overcome any old limitations, doubts, heal any self-inflicted or externally inflicted wounds, so we can learn to play again, expand like a love light balloon. Help us clear out any mental static or background noise. Benai Elohim angels of Raphael, to create a more amicable surrounding, internally, externally, to maximize our receptivity, grounding of this full moon in Taurus opportunity. To help us to be aware of and remove any constrictions, negative constrictions that may be on our bodies or fields. Archangel Michael to be with us in the south. Beloved Archangel Michael, bless our fire element, heart chakra fire, inner solar fire, passion will center fire, protection healing fire, and the Malachim, solar angels of Michael to be with us. Malachim, solar infinity angels, to come in with their beautiful little golden solar orbs to help clean away and escort out any discordant energies from our surroundings, internally and externally. So these little mini solar orbs can reflect more sunlight to you from different directions. They can massage your field like little mini massage balls made of solar light, golden white solar light. They can run through your field and help scoop out any discordant, unwanted structures, thought forms, entities, energies. And to fill your home and apartment with larger golden orbs of Mikhail's kingdom, like different size mini suns that you can visualize filling up your space, spinning, rotating. And Archangel Gabriel to be with us in the west. Beloved Archangel Gabriel to bless our water element. Shaddai El-Chai Adonai, and the cherubs, the cherubim angels of Gabriel, to soothe and bless our emotional bodies, lunar light bodies, inner mirrors to be cleansed. Gabriel's support and his watery team of angelic emanations, cleansing vibrations. Think of it as like cleaning your any dirty windows and cleaning the mirrors in your inner and outer home so that you're not seeing with any old past stains. To help you transcend seeing through any old limited, stuck emotional narratives, judgments, doubts. To help you see with more of this cleansing full moon, Taurian light. To help reinvite your own divine might, divine light. To help you stand more strong and clean during this full moon night. With your own courage, the positive bull energy of Taurus to help you regain your courage to speak forth what you maybe have been hesitant to speak forth to others in your life, to declare your own healthy decrees of what you wish to manifest and attract and become. To draw healthy boundaries, maybe to some. To be aware of where you may be giving too much of your energy out and maybe need to call it back in, or vice versa if you've been too much like a hoarder or too greedy, to maybe need to open up that flow to help you and others grow. Now, like Uriel in the north to be with us, beloved Archangel Uriel to bless our earth element, physical bodies, health, wealth, sacred, safe surroundings, replenishment, rejuvenation, flexibility. Archangel Sandalphon below us to bless our inner earth connections. Gaia, Mother, Father, Earth, Gaia Geb, an Egyptian, Father, Earth, Gaia Geb, Shekinah, Gaia Geb, Shekinah Ra. Archangel Sandalphon to help us remove any blockages below us that may be creating impediments to receiving more divine love from Mother, Father, Earth. To bless our soils, like a farmer in the season, like tilling the soils before our winter season here and cleaning out any old weeds, old leaves, to make room for more deeper introspection as we go from this fall period towards the winter, to find that safety and comfort in Mother, Father Earth's kind of intimate, almost like inner earth womb space, inner earth cave space, to help you prepare for this coming season and the shifting tides and changes that each cycle astrologically brings us, to create more of that nurturing Taurus self-reflectivity space, to find more of the universe within you in that beautiful cocoon period that we're going into from now through the winter. So when the spring comes, we can come out of that chrysalis, reborn, rebirthed, and create more of a clear space for Mother Earth's love to shine to us from the core. Archangel Metatron above us, beloved Archangel Metatron to bless our crown chakra, galactic center connections, central sun connections, to help remind us of the larger scope of divinity that wishes to flow and radiate into our vicinity and anchor into our proximity. to stand in that spotlight of manifestation and challenge yourself to be able to receive a greater spotlight of unconditional love from the one infinite creator, from other galactic universal lighthouses of loving support teams, from our star nations, allies, that wish us to give more support to changing our stage of life, to change the setting stage so we can go and evolve into our new chapter, with more ease and love and loving manifestations, create co-creations, healing vital community and individual relations, to remind us more of our unity and higher peak of divinity that can come in during these seasons. Right now from Taurus constellation, we also want to call in our Pleiadian allies to be with us, as they are part of that expanded love scope idea, to expand our aperture so we're not just over-limiting a narrow bandwidth in how we allow ourselves to receive love and joy and kundalini and bliss, pleasure, a healthy, non-harmful way, of course, loving, nurturing ourselves and others way. Welcome the Pleiadian Starheart Priestesses of Ma'at to be with us. Pleiadian Starheart Priestesses of Ma'at from Taygeta star system to be with us, to come in with their pillars of priestess support. Like a circle of pillars of light coming in from the Pleiadian sisterhood. Pleiadian Starheart Priestesses of the Eye of Ma'at. So the pillars are coming in with a lot of like gold, blue, and ruby light, scintillating. They're beautiful. Feathers on top of the pillars coming into view. Feathers moving and oscillating in these winds of change, winds of new opportunity, to remind us how we can expand our own majestic nature and regalness and positive embodiments of traits we wish to inculcate if we wish to be a greater manifester, greater king, queen in our own kingdoms. And to know you deserve that expansion, deserve that support, deserve that new creation, love, light, gestation, manifestation, healthy, loving environmental backgrounds, loving support. For those feathers on top of those pillars of light, vibrating and moving in the winds of some Pleiadian starry winds, Pleiadian stellar winds coming in with more of a horizon, like the sun rising in the morning, beautiful blue stars of the Pleiades coming in as if they're zooming into us, as if we're like in our own magical planetarium and we can zoom in to the Pleiadian star system and have it anchor closer, to welcome a drawbridge of light from your own castle to these starry representatives, the Eye of Taygeta, Ma'at, as they're waiting, just like waiting at the other side of the moat of our castle, waiting for the gate to be open to come in and be invited to help us with their beautiful hostess in the celestial realms, to help us create that new kind of feng shui and upgrading our interior designing team and more beautiful Taurian components, especially for people that are star seeds that have past lives in the Pleiades, to help give those star people, any of us that have lineage there, more support to wake up and create a more expanded horizon perspective and what it means to communicate with our celestial ancestors, support teams from the beyond, from love-filled realms. And they're opening up more of that beautiful blue-white spotlight from the Pleiades, like a beautiful blue-white sun disk coming in from their realms, to radiate more light into our homes, into our medicine wheel, into our circle of Pleiadian starry heart priestesses, pillars of light, in which the energy of the pillars are getting activated from the beautiful Pleiadian sun disk that's coming in to begin to create a swirl from each tower to the next, like a electrified love light towers that spark in their voltage of desire to connect and commune in this love light cocoon to help us be free of the old tomb of gloom and doom, to rise into a more resurrected, ascendant nature space, graduation space. Those whirlwinds and more blue-white Pleiadian light circulating with a gentle fire, Pleiadian energy, like a plasma of their light realms. And this Pleiadian Starheart priestesses of Ma'at want to give us an offering of a beautiful blue-white crystals. They want to each offer any of us that wish to be open to receive it in our medicine wheel, to receive their gift of this Starheart crystal from their realms. It can be like a little crystal around that size, double terminated blue. It can appear like a diamond as well. And ask them to kind of help clean out the dust and dirt in your medicine wheel below your feet. It could also be appearing around you, in front of you. Think of it as like your zodiac wheel or your medicine wheel that represents the different directions, different feng shui kind of wheel of relations. And so they want to give us a blue-white crystal there to help activate a dormant key or dormant lock in that wheel, so it might open up a more receptive space to receive their loving external embrace into our newly kindled, heartfelt space, making room internally to connect to that which wishes to share to us externally, to know that home has never left us afar, and they want to help us to clean our hearts and clean out that kind of fireplace from the old ash, from the old season, from the old cycles of burdens, to fan fires of loving rebirth that are going to be increasingly activated by the new earth, by Gaia's inner heart flame that is also being worked on ceaselessly by many beautiful groups on the inner and outer realms to help Mother Father Earth expand their love, to expand Mother Gaia's flame, that she might help humanity transcend their pain and reclaim what is rightfully their gain. This inheritance of being part of this new kingdom idea of this ascension age that we're being ushered into, with new energies that are going to be coming in 2025 in the spring, especially spring and fall, that are going to be huge ascension energies that want to come up from the core of the earth, starting at specific locations and fanning out. So these Pleiadian priestesses are also working on creating a beautiful cone of light going all the way down to the core of the earth, creating a beautiful shaft so that we can also be fanned by the fires of love from Mother Earth's heart of hearts, to clean out that space in her cone of light that is also forming now and will be increasingly fine-tuned in this next 2026, to see this beautiful vortex-like corridor of light below you being filled with Mother Earth's light, to start to seed that process of welcoming more of Mother Earth's inner heart spotlight might be welcomed and find a place to emanate and radiate and ground in your stage of life. So you're learning to receive love not just from above, but from below, to expand your inner and outer heart glow. A new horizon peak that we are creating As more love is coming from above and below, it expands our horizontal, our radius, our own personal circle of empowered, love-filled space. Maybe filled with more grace. In each iteration we embrace to make more room on our stage of manifestation for these new props that we wish to invite for this full moon in Taurus that can support us in our new outfits, our new clothing, our new resplendent wardrobes that can help each of you embody more of your highest, truest potential. Just breathe a little more too. Sometimes it takes more room, making more room to receive good things. We have to recondition ourselves to be more loved and learn how to share that love, and we deserve that love and beautiful, sensual yet almost childlike bliss from the Pleiades that's coming in, that inner joy and innocence of these priestesses of Ma'at. I also want to help play with our inner children and open up that magical wellspring of inner and outer support that comes when we build an alliance with our inner divine child that is also learning how to be more loved by the divine parents, divine source, and through this wonderful emissaries of Starheart Pleiadian priestesses of Ma'at, Taigeta. They're also fanning you with their feathers and their feathered fans to help clean out some debris and create a more healthy vortex of spinning light around us so that we're not overly identifying with the lower shadow side of any Taurus, Scorpio attributes, traits that may have been clogging our ability to receive love and are bogging us down, so to speak, to help us shake off the old soggy outfits of any old Scorpio wardrobes you might have worn, or some swampy energies, to transcend that and step back into this new kind of healthy self-grooming space, love-grooming space of being more prepared to meet your beloved internally, externally, eternally. You feel the spotlight also now coming not just in front of us in your drawbridge of light from the Pleiades, but also from above. They're expanding this beautiful blue vortex cone of light that wishes to radiate into our crown, into our space. And from above, the other group of priestesses from the neighboring side of the Pleiades also wants to be called in. The Pleiadian Starheart priestesses of Arathena, Blue Phoenix priestesses, Blue Phoenix sisterhood. And their phoenix energy is almost like a mixture of peacock bird meets phoenix. So they've seen a beautiful face of the Pleiadian priestesses, and their eye almost has a phoenix peacock eye makeup around it, and very similar to some of the Egyptian Isis portrayals. If you were to kind of mix that white and blue light together, and they're very model-esque, very beautiful, humanoid-looking priestesses. See that energy coming in, welcoming in Pleiadian Starheart priestesses of Arathena. And their Blue Phoenix emissaries of Electra, Starheart Phoenix emissaries of Electra, Arathena, Pleiades. Just like you would have some of the indigenous tribal chieftains and shamans and female shamans wearing, and it's also an Egyptian system, wearing the feathered head plumes, headpieces, and wardrobes. So these Pleiadian Arathena priestesses coming in with their flaming plumage of beautiful light feathers, and coming around not just from their headpieces they're wearing, but on their wardrobes and flowing garments, capes, robes. Coming in a circle to join with our sisters of Taigeta, Ma'at, like a communion of these two sisterhoods of our Ma'at energy and the Bennu bird, Arathena, Blue Phoenix, to help us really fan the fires of rebirth and our connection to the new ascending earth within our sacred heart hearth, to widen our hearth in our heart so we can shine more love and light into the dark, to radiate more love into our surroundings, to feel more feathers of light forming around your heart chakra. From the center, it's fanning out like spokes of a feathery wheel are being gifted to our heart chakras. Blue phoenix flame feathers, and the star heart crystals of Ma'at, Arathena shining in the center of the heart chakra and the chest area. And sisters of Arathena also shedding light to behind our bodies, behind our auric fields, in the back of our aura, to shine and cleanse out the back of your spiritual stove, they're saying, in the back of your heart chakra, and behind the wing bones, where you receive through the back of the chakras, to clean out any clogs, bogs, fogs, impediments back there, to clean out any shadow accruement, accretion needs to be cleaned, so we can learn how to receive more also from the back of our bodies, so we can emanate it out the front of our chakras and create that healthy cycling in our own auric fields. Front to the sides, back around again. And they're opening up a bigger sun disk of blue light behind our bodies, beautiful blue feathers to mirror the heart chakra wheel they were gifting us in the front. Might be mirrored behind us, that is much larger radius that fills our whole back of our auric field, back of our throne chair. Longer blue-white feathers radiating plasma fire, blue phoenix vibration to lift our vibration higher. Don't forget to breathe again and let in those strands of blue light, blue-white Pleiadian sisterhood energy caress deeper layers of your body. And your own trunk of your tree of life might be more full of divine life, to peel away the old bark and the old levels of incrustation to more of a virgin, clean bark, to see more of your own radiant light body that wants to be birthed. It's a pristine blue crystalline energy in your own spine, in your own inner body that wants to radiate and be positively activated through these new rays of love's emergence as a inception moment as a preparation moment to create that energy for this new year, to be more prepared to receive the energy of highest, noblest possibilities of what we can create individually, collectively, might appear at the forefront of our individual and collective horizons. So together we might radiate this new vision free of division and radiate down, up and down through our bodies, the cone of light above and below, radiating through the heart like a love light scope, love light telescope, love light spotlight. And we can radiate out from our hearts into that larger circle that the priestesses have helped us to kind of remember and upgrade our own circle that represents our medicine wheel, our circle of our kingdom's perimeters. Like think of it as the walls around your castle, the perimeters of your nature sanctuary kingdom, being filled with beautiful, fanning upward, curved plasma streams of the Pleiadian priestesses of Arathena Ma'at, fanning feathers that are now horizontal, that are rising up vertically and diagonally curving, arcing, to create like this cupping, cocoony space around us, so that that circle and our horizon is now being fanned with the fires of love and light from below and above, to create a beautiful spinning diamond, star heart diamond of Arathena, Ma'at, Pleiadian star heart diamond priestesses, Ma'at, Arathena. to help us break free of any old limitations so we can move past any hesitations into our highest divine birthright, new phase of loving gestations, realizations, actualizations, and manifestations. To help us break free of any old orbital limitations that may appear as a belt or a strap to kind of cut ourselves free from any old lower rings, any shadow bands that may have been holding you back or representing the fear of moving forward in your life, either internally or externally created. It's an amalgamation of different things that have kept you in older bondage to help you to now transcend that. As these priestesses help you to unshackle yourself from any of those old bands, belts, shadow fears that kept you in old cycles, to help you move, as angels help move past those rings of despair or negative technological grips that need to be removed from our fields so we can see and be more aware of our love-filled surroundings. Star priestesses, Eye of Arathena, to shine that eye of that blue phoenix priestesshood into our heart chakra with the emblem of that blue phoenix against the background of a beautiful blue-white sun disk shining to us.
Wow, I was in and out.
Yeah, that was deep. We're finishing up now.
I was going into such a trance. My soul was hitting the table.
I was laughing at it, taking a little deeper, that I kind of open up that space. And now they're kind of sealing up the energy around us with that beautiful blue phoenix crystal eye, Arathena, shining like a radiant sun disk in our hearts, in the back of our wing bone area too, stabilizing that clear space to receive and both share and give love from the back and the front, like clear lenses, spotlights to eternity's wellspring from the Pleiadian sisterhoods of Ma'at Arathena, and they join together and they hold a space around us in a circle to stabilize that beautiful flaming light diamond around us. And we're radiating light from that diamond in the circle of our personal kingdom that shines rays of light like spokes of light that flow from that circle around us to our heart center space. They might upgrade that new medicine wheel that stabilizes that new geometry of love, coming into focus, stabilizing, centering. Just breathe in. Yeah, they're giving thanks to us, and they're opening up the space and smiling and gleefully laughing with us joyfully.
That's nice.
And opening up that bigger pillar of light from above and below. It's stabilizing energy coming through the points of the diamond, above and below, adjusting the apertures in which love and light flow, back into our own stage of life as we give thanks to these beautiful beings, angels, guides, hosts, celestial folks. We release them to appropriate sector vectors once they come, and just hold that image of that thinner pillar of light coming down the axis of the diamond, down your spine, the ground, and
Oh, I felt that.
you can adjust that axis. You can expand the size of it and rotation of it when you so choose. And a glowing energy below our feet. Beautiful disk shining clean. And give thanks to all these radiant, beautiful beings, love and light. Release in appropriate sector vectors, dimensions, domains from whence they come. So they continue to stabilize and seal and ground. When you do stabilize and sealed, ground it. Complete this work. Let me give thanks to our angels, guides, hosts who choose to stay to help us ground this energy in our homes, workplace, journey space, dream time, love time, healing time, spiral of ascension time. They're saying because down that pillar is also a spiral that adorns our pillar of light, axis of light, stabilizing it with Gaia's beautiful nature energy, and trees and love light energies.
Anyway.
And we give thanks. And the beings continue to stay, help us
Thank
ground
you
energy.
all angels
Homes,
and
workplace, dream space, dream time.
beings that were here for
Love
us
time, heal
with
time.
this meditation.
Someone would be Mitakoyasin, Wankantanka, just breathe in and clap our hands 3 times. And then pat our bodies to give thanks, to continue Pleiadian support.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel very relaxed. I imagine everyone at home is feeling very relaxed too. If you stayed with us through this meditation, let me
Powerful.
tell you, it is very relaxing. If you have any anxiety, This is the way to get rid of it.
That was beautiful. They were coming in really nicely there, very gentle and nurturing.
Right. In the meantime, I want to thank everyone for participating in our meditation, and I'm hoping that you are all nice and relaxed and you have enjoyed it, and we are going to bid you all good night now. And thank you very much, Steve,
Thank
for
you,
doing
Christine.
this.
Thank you. Thanks to our Palladian priestess is a beautiful channeling and inspiration.
That's it.
Thank you.
Okay, good night.
Yeah.